All right, I'm going to jump over to the other option. There is an option B, my favorite, of course, the custom proposal. Same requirement, 1,500 words, same instructions. Go read the sections, pick out the areas of the book. There is a bit of a change here. You will be writing a business letter if it is to an outside organization or somebody that you don't know already. You will be writing a memorandum if you are proposing some kind of change in your workplace. So if you're addressing somebody in your own organization, you will write this in memo format. Most students end up writing the business letter format. You will still have the 6 sections. They will be pretty much the same as we talked about previously. There are, again, examples for you to look at. I forgot to mention this in the first one. This is a big chunk of both of them. You are required to have 5 outside sources to support any claims that you make. So you have to have a minimum of 5 sources. And I think I reviewed this in one of the other videos when I showed 2 examples, one that was a business letter and one that's a memo. So I don't know what order you're watching these videos in, but be sure and check that out so you understand this part. When you do these 5 sources, I'll create another video to help you through that, but when you do that, you will format them in APA format. So you will have in-text citations, you will have a bibliography at the end or works cited, and you will need to have both of those using APA format. The other primary format that's used in class, you may have had previous work that relies on the MLA. Well, MLA is more in the arts department, in language arts and liberal arts, whereas APA is more of a typical format found in technology, computing, sciences, those kind of things. So we're going to go with the APA format. You will learn more about it in a future lecture. Background. Now this is where it gets a little fluffy. This is you thinking about some problem in your life somewhere, in your workplace, in your school, in your community, in your church, any of these kind of arenas that you function. You may want to suggest some kind of that there is some kind of a problem that you would like to solve. That is probably the easiest part when you think about the problem. The harder part is you have to think about who the proper person would be to receive the proposal. What is it you're asking for? If you are, I'm trying to use one of the examples from other students, but if you are proposing the replacement of the sound system at your local church, who are you going to ask for the money for this project for? Who does that make the most sense to? That's the person that you need to identify as the recipient, and you need to keep them in mind as you write this. If you are the student that is proposing a change in legislation so that electric wheeled vehicles like skateboards are classified some way, you have to think about who in government would be helpful in helping you down that road. Who are you going to approach about this? That one would be one of the few that does not have much of a budget to it, unless you're proposing that you distribute, informational data to others. But the point is, picking out the person, you may have to do just a little bit of research to find out who your representative is, or who is the head of the Department of Transportation, or who makes these rules. So you may have to do a little bit of thinking, deep thinking, to figure out who it is you want to approach to receive this proposal, if you are doing this one that you are generating on your own. The criteria used for this is pretty much the same as it is for the other one. The proposal writing tips, yep, pretty much the same. Not a lot of choices, not a lot of changes here. And we get to the conclusion, though, where it says that while grant proposals don't have a deadline, most other business proposals do. So if you choose to pursue a custom proposal, this one, you want to try to include a due date for your reply or the decision. Usually you can put that in that final paragraph with some verbiage saying why. I would like to hear from you by the end of May in order to be able to pursue this in a timely manner. Something along those lines. Give them a reason, even if it's a soft, fluffy reason why you've given them a deadline. And then you still want to remind them of the key benefits of your plan, and you are still trying to motivate them to action. Okay, this is about the best I can give you on the overview. I need you to read both of these documents and think about which one you want to pursue. The next document that's due for this class, I haven't posted it yet, but it's just a one-page overview, and question number 1 says, which one are you taking on? Are you going to complete Major Project 9A or Major Project 9B? And then the second one says, who is your audience? And the third question asks, so it's just some basic things like that to make sure that you have made a decision about which project you're going to pursue, and that you know the answers to the basic questions that will help you get started down that path. I hope that was helpful to you, and I will talk to you again soon.